unmuted? Okay, lovely. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Doing good.
Hello.
Howdy.
EPD.
Hello.
Feels like today's a tired day for a lot of people, which is understandable. As we make the slow transition from summer to autumn, things slow down, energy cools down, and overall people feel the last little bits of exhaustion be replaced with autumnal ennui. Also, today I think is my first time streaming with this new microphone, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say your audio is coming through a little quieter, but a little clearer.
Yeah, let me just... How about now?
Much better.
Much better.
Lovely. Okay, yes.
Yes.
Brand new microphone. It's a brand new Go XLR. Well, not a Go XLR, it's just an XLR microphone. Go XLR is the interface. I have an audio interface. Overall, should result in much better audio quality. If there's anything like mic peaking or any stuff as I'm breaking this in, let me know.
Will do.
Yeah.
It's working.
So yes, new hardware upgrade, and it's gonna, as audio is ever my bane, it's gonna take some adjusting. But yes, it has been. We skipped a week, so it's been a little bit since we had our last session. So I think a recap is in order. So, last we left off, the group docked in Bellafini, attempted to make their way through the narrow streets of the port city in their plus-size wagon, and were promptly given an informal greeting in the form of an infernal machine alongside a ambush attack, which they did deal with, and thanks to the prompt actions of all involved, including strangely competent fighting from some of the guards, and Flick being very quick on it, many lives were spared, though quite a few were lost in the crossfire. Something that the city officials bemoan, and thanks have been extended to you for your prompt action, as well as apologies that this happened to you within the city limits. Further questions were not asked due to the timely intervention of one of your inquisitorial coattail hangers. So,
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention Santiago joined us too.
yes, he did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Santiago, right place at the
Oh, we
right
got-
time.
Oh, we got Santiago?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Wait, the last
Oh, yeah.
place we saw him, didn't we last see him in Lorbus? Or Verdigris?
Hmm.
I believe the last place you guys saw him was Rosaino.
Oh.
Within the capital.
Yeah,
of
that sounds
Albedo,
about right.
because
Yeah.
that's where Flick met him for a fight club and then a dinner date.
Oh, yes.
Essentially.
How scandalous.
Gee,
It's just two men having lasagna.
yeah, beating each other up and having some lasagna.
Sword fighting, as the homies do.
Yeah, having a good old manly time.
Would do it again.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Got a point.
Just like the sword, anyway.
Ah. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure Santiago was pretty sure Santiago's been wondering about where we were. So as we're kind of moving along, if we're getting going, then Flick will do his absolute best to try and sum up what's happened to the party thus far.
Okay then. As you give him the rundown, how detailed do you get?
As detailed as I can be without giving away too much.
Well, apparently he's already privy to the
Yeah.
fact that you guys are going to visit the fucking Pope of all things.
Yeah.
Because somebody doesn't have an indoor voice.
well, yeah,
Why are we
well,
staring
I
at
guess,
Karia?
well,
She is the
well,
perfect
well, I guess,
example.
well, I guess what I meant to say is without too much detail.
Not too much detail.
Yeah.
So, you're now pockmarked and Swiss cheesified wagon serves amply as a place for you guys to catch up for a little bit. As the wagon starts rolling up, Santiago makes invites himself to make himself cozy on the back seat of the wagon, along with where you were sitting, masquerading as a pauper. As he hops up, sits himself there, and then just kind of like, you see him like the way he takes a seat next to you. He with one hand hoists himself up, turns himself 180 degrees, plants his ass down on the bench next to you, and then proceeds to lean both elbows on his knees, and then head bowed forward, turned to the side to look at you, listens raptly as you recount the rough the rough recap of what you guys have been through since you left Rosina, which is quite a bit. This includes things like the dragon, the giant tentacle monster attack, the what do you call it? Your time in Mordan, your move through up into the north, pushing back the winter further, coming back, jellyfish people. Followed them by your pursuit and flight from the Aerodine Inquisition here into Bellafini, where you then docked, came in, and then were almost immediately hailed with with volley fire.
Which, by the way, the shooter has not yet been seen, right?
No, actually,
No,
Flick saw both of them.
it was a.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, right.
Remember, it
yeah,
was
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah,
a,
yeah.
it was a
Flick
death trap.
went up into the building.
Flick went up to the building, killed one of the guys. Mallory had managed to shoot the other, and then you guys were later apprised of the fact that if Flick had not gotten up there and killed the man in time, there was a last resort in the form of a large barrel full of explosives that would have turned the whole building into a shrapnel bomb.
That feeling when Flick kind of has a low key spider senses.
He's got good intuition.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
appropriate.
Spidey senses.
Yes.
Catman. Catman.
He senses.
Right. Okay. So you guys mount up. You get moving again. Wounds are patched. Unfortunately, you don't really have time to stop and repair the wagon. The Kit can help with that as she begins doing what she did before with the ship, pulling out her doohickey, which looks like an arc welder, and for some reason works on literally anything inanimate, as she begins to crawl across the floorboards, the sides, up the skeleton, the cracked ribbing above you that would normally hold the tarp up. The tarp, which is basically no longer there, it's completely tattered. As she begins to scuttle along, even hanging from those ribs on a couple of occasions, proceeding to repair the wagon back up to acceptable standards. Like a good little repair drone.
Magic.
And are people still hurt?
It's a good question. Are people still hurt?
I have like 9 HP missing.
If anybody's probably still super hurt, it would most likely be Vair. Let me pull him up real quick. I'm actually at full health. I don't think I got hit. Where are you, Vair? Please come back. Yeah,
normally.
Vair has 7. Vair is missing 60 health.
Yeah,
Oh my
That is,
god.
he
yeah,
did kind of get dogpiled.
Yeah, he got jumped.
Okay. Um. Oh boy. Well then, I'm gonna hit him with the cure serious wounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 3d8 plus 1 point per cast level. So 3d8
Plus an 8.
plus 8, 9 plus 8, 17.
I will take
That's
that.
not a
That
lot.
is- Well, he's at 34.
How much is his max?
77.
Mm. I'm gonna hit him with the cure moderate wounds on top of that,
Okay.
which is 2d8,
2d8 plus 8.
another 16.
We'll take it. $50. That's a lot better.
Mhm.
Okay. Vair is very much appreciative of the relief, Siren. He was kind of bleeding out of several brand new orifices planted into his side, thanks to very hefty punches and gunfire. He was not in a happy place.
Yeah. Poor Vair.
Also, lots of dark blood seeping into the floorboards of the wagon as you're as you're transported along by the now much more skittish mammoth horses, which is uncharacteristic because normally those guys are fearless. But perhaps something about the absolute chaos that just unfolded in a very tight confine has them unsettled. You're beginning to notice that all that dark blood is really starting to soak into the wagon, leaving a nearly pitch-colored stain in the floorboards. Something that, unfortunately, it seems Kit's magic is not able to buff out.
Well, isn't it good that we're going to get cured? Maybe
Oh,
the
yeah.
cart can get cured.
Ah, yes, the cart can go through the de-purging process too. It can go through its own little character arc.
Yeah, like a cleaning,
Mhm.
like when you get your car detailed.
Ah, yes, it's when they do that soapy lather, the foam. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, you heal up Vair. The wagon finally makes its way out of the city limits. No further interruptions, no further ambushes. Thankfully.
And as mentioned before, Flick is rambling the plot as best as possible to Santiago.
Which is happening as you guys exit the
Yeah.
town of Bellafini. Yes, as you exit the town of Bellafini, and he's hitching a ride with you. The wagon goes at a decent clip, especially once it manages to get out of town and onto larger paved roads. The pilgrim ways, which are the major roads that tie most of the cities within the papacy together, make for expedient travel. They are well maintained. They are properly paved. They're more than just dirt roads, as you're used to up in the north. Here, it's paved with it's paved with ways of smooth stone. Something that normally on this kind of scale would be probably difficult to maintain. but assumably the papacy has its own methods of doing so. The mammoth horses are, at first, Kari, you can tell, uncomfortable with the smooth, hard, consistent stone underneath their hooves. It takes a little bit of adjusting. Were it not for the large shoes that they are shod with, it would probably be incredibly uncomfortable for them. But thanks to those, they're able to make a decent clip towards the Seat of the Gods. If I remember correctly, you guys wanted to shoot towards Gorgolane first, hopefully intercept whatever recruits Canabos's mother sent you guys' way.
You're muted, love.
Muted. There we go. Yeah, there we go. The idea was that I'll mark it out here. That because we were right here in Labinia.
Mhm.
I believe the pathway was we were gonna head this way and then just kind of slowly make our way down to the Seat of the Gods, getting closer to Gorgolane, in an attempt to see if along the way we ran into them.
Okay. All right. You can take one of the pilgrim ways that would find your way in the direction of Gorgolane. The two Inquisitors still riding with you, that being the nervous priestly one and the one with the lower half mask, they have their own horses now. They joined you at the gate. Do say that the these pilgrim ways they're not all encompassing, they're not exhaustive, so if you take a road in that direction, there's going to be precious few roads that are offshoots that will lead you straight to the Seat of the Gods. So if you take this path and you do meet up with them, you might have to spend time going one way or the other, finding another exit, or go off-road. Normally that wouldn't be too much of an issue, but the papacy is famously quite hilly, which may result in extended travel time.
I see. Okay.
So if at some point you have to go off-road, it may be slow going.
Well, it is better to get inward anyways. I would assume the reinforcements from Gorgolane had been walking for at least a day on their way over to Bellafini, considering that they left while we were still a day out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a decent chance we can probably end up hitting around probably about here. So we'll see. We'll give it a shot.
We'll see. Okay. So, with that in mind, the wagon makes its way through the pilgrim ways, which thankfully carve out a neat, even path through the very through the hilly glens that make up a good chunk of Labinia's countryside. Canabos knows Labinia to be a hot seat of trade for the papacy, as well as being a strong producer of both processed exports as well as farm goods, produce. One of the reasons why it is quite so profitable of a nation and such an economic powerhouse, on top of the fact that it's got such an advantageous position on its shoreline. Something else knows that the people of Caligo are quite envious of.
Yeah.
Within a day, you were able to cut through the hills into more flat ground, still bumpy, still rocky and otherwise uneven, but thankfully still with that pilgrim way guiding your way. You make good distance before you have to inevitably settle down for camp. The horses must rest. They were also quite spooked, and as such, there's a bit of a limit to how far they can go within the day. More so than usual. Turns out, being an active firefight is exhausting, as everybody in the party would probably know. As the question becomes, where would you like to make camp, and how would you like to do so? You going to seek out somewhere just by the roadside? You're going to try and find some shelter, somewhere hidden maybe?
It would probably be good to probably get something going. We need to hide the cart, is the big thing, because that, like, we can set up camp as much as we want and try and be discreet about it, but if that cart's there, they're gonna see us.
What's with this weird camouflage right next to this large ass car?
Hmm.
You don't see us.
I mean, I could probably hide it with a basic illusion. I think I have one of those somewhere.
That is true. I suppose that would actually help us.
Forget. Oh yeah, I just gotta stop putting in my spells again for at some point. Hold on.
Shoot, yes.
Yeah, still that DM's still there, so until I add more spells, it's fine. There we go. Yeah, I have silent. I have silent image I can toss out to at least hide it.
That's nice, at least.
Is that the plan?
I mean, it sounds like a decent one to me. I mean, we're not. A big thing here is that the ships that were trailing us, at the very least, are, they're not going to be able to get past the port. It seems like they either have to find another way around or whatnot. But if we're just looking for something, you know, I think it'd be better than nothing at the very least.
It was a failed assassination attempt.
Exactly, and if they've been the ones who are getting blamed for it, which I believe they are, considering they did it, they'd most likely get delayed. At least I would hope so.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna bobbity boo, hibbity bob, silent image. I'm gonna hide stuff.
What image are you conjuring?
So what is it again? We specifically want to hide.
You're just
We
hiding
don't
our
wanna hide our
campsite, and well, we want to hide the
Oh.
campsite and the cart specifically.
And the cart. Okay. So what's our cart look like specifically? Does it look like a traveling cart more so, or one of them merchant carts?
It looks like a what do you call it? It looks like one of those Oregon Trail wagons,
Okay, so that it does. Okay.
only with like monster plating stapled to the side.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so hibbity bob dabbity doo. Our cart now looks like a completely normal cart. No monster plating, no blood. Looks like what I'm thinking is basically some a merchant caravan. Maybe some fruits and vegetables, maybe some weapons in the back. Just, you know, and when peeks in, they go, oh, they got produce, they got products, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Remove any of the blood. Remove it. Looks completely fine, like any well-respectable normal cart. As for us, since I have a big ass range and I get to have fun with it, what's it called? Can I add? Actually, don't want to do that. No, no. I think that's about it. I'll make our cart look normal. I was thinking about trying to make us look different, but yeah, actually, yeah, no, I
Sound-
probably could still.
Silent image wouldn't allow you to change your guys' appearance unless you all hold perfectly still.
That's about right. Yeah.
Well, Flick probably picked that that's like what sackcloth back up, and he's gonna reassume his beggar persona visually, anyways.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
there is
that's
nobody
fine.
alive to say. Yeah, there's nobody alive to say otherwise.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yep.
wait, I've seen that before.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess our
Make a great
cart's just.
character.
All right. So I guess our cart is just a normal merchant wagon now.
Loaded with products.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
This one.
that's probably it. We'll call it there.
Okay. I assume then you all. Where would you? So the wagon itself is hidden, or at the very least disguised. What are you guys going to do in terms of like where you're camping? You guys going to just camp out somewhere by the roadside?
I'll
I mean, I
leave.
figured we'd probably go off the beaten path, especially if we're gonna be waiting, because we still want to be close enough that if the Gordolane people end up walking, if they're marching through the night, someone on watch can spot them.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
hold on. If it's not too late, it's probably too late. With silent image, is it possible to like hide us, like make it to where like we're not? I don't know. Like a fault? Yeah, I don't know how
You
to
could conjure-
explain it.
You could potentially conjure an image of an empty space. Allow that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think if that's
Thing is,
'Cause
if anybody
it's-
moves
it's
inside of it,
illusions.
it's going to disrupt it. Also,
okay.
yeah, it also creates absolutely no sound. So any sound coming
Yeah,
out of an
see,
empty
that-
space may bring suspicion.
Yeah. So
Additionally,
yeah,
if you
no,
set up
we're-
a fire, smoke will be suddenly appearing out of midair.
that's 100% fair and true. All right, never mind.
I could also cast Knapsack on us so that instead of sleeping for 8 hours, we just need to sleep for, what is it, 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right too.
I forgot you had that spell.
It's
Yeah.
very nice.
And it's a 30
Pretty
foot
good,
radius
honestly.
emanation, so it would work on us and the horses.
Hmm.
Because it's creatures.
How many creatures can you affect with it?
It just says the area is a 30-foot radius emanation. You reduce the amount of uninterrupted sleep or rest creatures within the spell's area need in order to recover from injuries, regain spells, or other special
okay.
abilities to 2 instead of 8.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. So you guys can
Yeah,
keep
no,
riding
it's
through the
pretty
night.
good.
Okay. Well, if you do
That's
that,
if we want to stay awake longer.
if you want to do that, you guys can. Probably don't even have to like set up tents and start a fire. You can probably stop for a bit, rest, and then keep going.
That sounds about right. Actually, that's such a great spell. I love clerics.
I know, it's so simple. It's like, oh, you sleep less, but it helps so much.
Well, okay.
So,
Well, if Siren is going to provide the party with, weirdly enough, less sleep.
Less for more.
Amy
I-
Mir.
there is irony to that, given her patron goddess.
yeah.
Less streaming, but at the same time, more wakefulness.
Yeah.
As you guys hunker down off to the side of the road, Chico disguises the wagon for a time. Now, that said, Silent Image is concentration, so while you're sleeping, Chico, that spell will stop.
Guess I'm on watch duty.
Well,
Yeah,
would Mallory be on watch duty because Mallory doesn't sleep?
Well, no, I have to because I have to keep the illusion going. If you want that.
That's
The only
fair.
minute. Does it specify during the rest if you need do you need to be sleeping for 2 hours or for the spell or
It just says to 2 hours instead of the normal 8. In addition, if creatures continue to sleep or rest beyond the initial 2.
It just reduces
Oh wait,
the
if
minimum
yeah, it just reduces the minimum needed, but also you could technically sleep more if you wanted. So 8 total hours of sleep under the spell counts as 4 days of sleep.
How long is the duration? Like, how long does it say before it dissipates?
8 hours.
Okay, so realistically, what we could do is I save for those 2 hours because keep the illusion going, yada yada. Then once y'all wake up, I take a little nap. I take my own little nappy poo.
Yeah.
Because by that point, all of you will be up, and you can keep on going. And while that happens, I'll be sleeping in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I cast this on the cart, you can just sleep in the cart.
Yep. And then Mallory can also get his own sleep in. Because he
That's
doesn't need
true,
to sleep.
though
He
he
just
doesn't
needs
need
2
it.
hours.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how the Ring of Sustenance works. It also just reduces your minimum needed to 2. So, okay.
Handy.
So, breaking the laws of common decency, physics, and biology, you guys set up a little routine where Tsirin cast Knapsack. Everybody is weirdly supercharged for sleep. Everybody except for Chaiko and Mallory bed down for a quick nap. For a 2-hour power nap. After which everybody wakes up refreshed. And also any injuries, I believe you would heal your character level in hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got what is technically a full night's rest. After which, it's Chaiko and Mallory's turn. They bed down, they rest. You guys have an almost full complement of people, including Adelia, the 2 Inquisitors, and Santiago, to help keep the cart safe while the illusion is down. After which, then you guys pick up, break down camp, and then get back on the wagon and get going again in the dead of night.
Which, by the way, when we pick up and get going again, actually, I think I would have done this before we slept because sleeping resets your spell slots too, right? So yeah, so I would have done this before we slept. I would have Siren would have sent a message to Bring Back to just check in and be like, hello, Bring Back. How are you and the rest? Is everything all right? That's it.
Almost immediately you get, Bride of the Dragon. You speak into my mind. Thank you for this blessing. Everything is good. Men with funny helmets and feathers come to port, and then it cuts off.
I'm gonna send another spell, another sending, because I have 2 of these before we rest. And say,
Did you not use one of the 4th level slots back in town?
I did. That's what we went over because I asked
Right.
if,
Domain spell.
yeah, because I have sending as a domain spell, so that adds 1 extra a day.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So she'd send another message and say, what was that? Men with funny helmets? Continue? What happened?
Okay. Silly spell limits Bringback's verbosity. Not even the gods can contain my wordsmithsmanship. That is a single word.
Oh, I'm gonna choke him.
Was it?
Please tell. I would say, please tell me that's all you said in that singular message.
Strange warrior cast men, come and stop other ship. Was very funny. And then what was it? That's 24. And then it cuts off. Bring back apparently does not understand the limitations of the sending spell.
I should have explained that to him. I'll have a talk with him when we come back.
Well, okay,
We,
then.
we come back and all the kobolds are fucking dead.
Bring back's in trouble.
Indeed.
Yes.
And then we sleep.
And then what?
And then we sleep.
And
And
then
then
we
you
sleep.
sleep. You guys take your little round of naps. Wake up the next morning. Or actually, not the next morning. You wake up in the dead of night. As it has only been 2 to 4 hours? 2 to 4 hours. Oh, it's like 4 hours. Because you guys need to
Do we
your-
peel?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
You get some natural healing in, as well as Siren blowing the last of her spell slots just to bring everybody back up to full. So just everybody assume that you guys are up to full.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So as you guys trot along the pitch black benighted road. That's the wrong word. Use of the word benighted. As you guys ride through the night along the pilgrim ways, hoping to make good ground and maybe also catch those reinforcements at some point. You guys are all surprisingly well
shoot.
rested for this time of day. At this point, Mallory probably be the only person accustomed to being awake at this hour and this energized. Ooh. Oh. And what was it? Yes. Trotting along and making progress. It is chatter here and there, conversation. Dara is still in the footwell. Vair is looking pensive, a little bit nervous. God, Adelia herself is keeping a watch through the front of the wagon and also at the back. She's got her head on a swivel. And Santiago, sitting on the back bench with the disguised Flick, is eager to catch up on his own regard. As he goes on to say, but my friend, I cannot say that my travels have been quite so prestigious and exciting, though. My travels have found me passing through from Eridine all the way through from Rosaino all the way through Eridine. That's why I find myself here now. I took no boat. I had to travel by foot, but did I meet some interesting people. Also, I decided after hearing some of the news traveling around in the Red City, I wanted to have a quick look at how things are going on within the Golden Empire.
What did you hear anyway?
Oh, well, I heard things of that there was a bit of infighting, that there was a redoubled inquisition looking into the citizenry, but also that the Empire was looking at expanding not itself, which is good for now. Well, though many people would consider that them even considering pushing out their borders to be concerning. Not that I care. No, the Airdyne is uncharacteristically been reaching its fingers out looking for capable individuals.
Mercenaries?
No, you might think that, but no. They have. Make no mistake, while Aerodyne is, perhaps the brash daughter to the papacy, they are no slouches in military speak. They have one of the most powerful militaries in the world. They have a variety of castes and what are the words they use? I have no time for such things. They have branches of their military which are for various uses, and they are quite expansive. It would be no understatement to say that they are most likely the most well-armed and well-trained military on this continent. Perhaps any. Some might have concerns that they might be mobilizing for war, but I do not think that is the case. If they wanted war, they could most likely have it. Though many on this continent have come to understand that war has few advantages and far too many costs.
I'm sorry. You said you traveled through Aerodyne?
Yes.
Were you accosted, harassed, attacked at any point? How'd you make it through?
You might be surprised to hear that I was not attacked a single time.
Insight check.
Sense motive.
Yeah, specifically to the nature of he was not attacked because he's part of them, or he was attacked and is just lying about it.
Siren, we are a bit of a special case.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sense motive
Oh,
with 25. As far as you can tell, Santiago is being about as bare and open as his chest. He,
okay.
given his rather violent disposition, his disregard for most laws, and propriety, he does not strike you as much of an Aerodyne sympathizer, nor is he typically come across as the kind of person who might be welcome within Aerodyne or considered as being acceptably of the norm. And that said, he says, "No, do not misunderstand me. Aerodyne is not quite my cup of tea, but you would be quite surprised by how safe Aerodyne is. The nation is, while brutish and authoritarian, it does work to its own advantage in some ways. The roads are nearly absent of all banditry. The inquisitors there within the soil are far more, I want to say, well, inquisitorial, rather than being jackboot thugs. Mind you, does not mean that while I was traveling through one of the cities that I did not see a couple of abductions happening. Well, that is uncharitable. I suppose the words would be arrests. Yes. For petty thefts and such, hauled away into armored wagons. Perhaps the reason that there are no criminals that accosted me, and I was deprived of any sort of sport while traveling through, is because there simply are none left on the streets. But
I feel like
I was not attacked a single time, not by the authorities. They actually found me quite charming, and no accostation from the authorities and no accostation from the citizenry. I was quite bored, actually, traveling through.
Of course, it sounds like the whole place is airtight.
That is what they would like to have. Yes, it seems they are boringly orthodox.
I feel like me questioning him, I feel like one of those people that's like, oh, you lived in Brazil? Were you shot and robbed all the time?
Oh my god, you're from Rio? Were you ever kidnapped? Yeah. Oh my god, you're from Rio. Do you have an AK-47? Anyway.
Jesus.
Oh my god, you're from Rome. What's your favorite pasta to make?
To be fair,
Mine is Alfredo. It proceeds to blow up.
If I asked several of my Roman friends that, they would actually probably have an actual response to that. To be fair, the question would be, to make it from Handa or to just to make. But yes. Also, Graham,
Yes.
hello.
Hello.
Thank you for self-care. Unshrimp your spines. Okay.
Wimp.
Unshrimp.
You can't make me.
Unfry your shrimp rice.
No.
I'm gonna unseason your shrimp fried rice. If you don't
No.
unshrimp yourself.
You're telling me you're telling me that God's own humble shrimp fried this rice,
Sorry to
took
tell you,
walk in
it's true.
hand, and fried this.
But yes, so Santiago, he seems to have a love of spinning a yarn, and so he's very happy to recount his times with an airline. He's goes on in his usual sort of smooth voice that can help but occasionally be punctuated by Spanish guitar. Go on to talk about his trip through Aerodine, which, at least from his own recounting, was dreadfully boring and didn't have a single moment of violence. They do not appreciate the fine art of the duel there. All things must be decided by the lexicon and by a judge, by a jury, by inquisitorial writ. There's no appreciation for just settling things between two people, personal judgment and such, letting the gods decide whether or not something is or somebody's life is forfeit. No, they are dreadfully boring. I went through. The citizens were, I want to say, surprisingly nice. They saw me. They saw no issue with myself covered in scars, and as you can see, being myself, many, of course, draw attention to this. Not that I mind the attention, but not even a provocation. Even when, yes, no, that is not. That would not be a proper story. No, the people were, I hate to admit it, but pleasant. The judiciary officials, the few that did speak to me, asked me some rather pointed questions, but never did it come to blows. Not that I didn't give them a couple of reasons on occasion, but they never rose to it. They seem very dedicated people, at the very least, to keeping their particular form of order. So, yes.
Oh god, that's good. Now you go up. It's good now you pass through safe.
That was. He actually seems like kind of disappointed. He's like, I do not travel for safe passage. If I wanted to move around safely, I'd find the nearest wizard and ask them if they could fly me somewhere. It's a shame too, especially in recent years. Bandit attacks on the roads have only gotten more scarce. Dueling clubs and fight clubs within cities are also decreasing in population. All the good duelists are all dying. It's disappointing.
That's a good thing I've got. It kind of counts in one hand. About 7 lives left. Yeah,
What?
yeah, you know the joke about 9 lives. I must have 7 left.
Yeah, he actually gives you a sly grin, um, from the side, saying, "I'm counting on it."
Oh no.
Appreciate it.
But yes, it's frustrating. Was not attacked by bandits. Was not attacked by any of the guards. Of course, no inquisitors came after me. After all, I was not going around screaming about how their lexicon and their precious lady of light was some jumped up harlot with a authoritarian taboos kink. No. Perhaps I should have done that, but then I might have been making my exit far more expediently. And as much as I like a challenge, I do like having my backside intact. No,
Well,
it's...
nothing else Spawn can't fix.
Were you not on a rush, I would hold you to that. But I think you have somewhere important to be. Perhaps afterwards. But no.
Maybe. You still gotta make up. Still gotta hold me to on a dinner some point. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I think we shall. But yes. Yes, if I were to encapsulate my time in Aerodine, it would be downright pleasant. Which is not why I went there, but found myself here within Lubinia, passing through Coligo. It was okay. Coligo is also unfortunately rather rigid, so they didn't have much to offer there in terms of challenges. And here in Lubinia, they're quite pedestrian, so I was hoping to make my way perhaps to Haven or to somewhere else. Catch a boat somewhere, find somewhere more interesting, better pastures. Maybe perhaps see where fencing has made its expansion elsewhere. See if perhaps I can't pass the fine art to a burgeoning culture somewhere. I can't exactly picture myself as being very much of a teacher, but I could make some objective examples out of people.
Might at least try.
It would be different. But yes. Yeah.
Up to you, really.
The conversation carries on as you make your way down the road, and it's a few hours before before dawn breaks. The sun comes over the horizon. To those of you with dark vision, it's a bit of an adjustment as the sun comes through first over the forests and then overhead, casting you all in the brand new light of day. And to those present within the cart, as new light is shed in as you're progressing along the road to the east in the direction of Gorgolane, the sun shines directly into the wagon. And those present will note some immediately visible disturbing features. Yes. For one, the blood stain in the floorboards of the wagon. Those who would notice it, as the sun comes into the wagon and slowly moves across the floorboards, it reveals that the dark stain in the boards has expanded over the course of the morning. And not just in the way that blood tends to pool outwards, in that tendrils of black have been coursing their way through the grain of the wood, in some cases to the side, up the side of the walling within the wagon. The large blotch itself has expanded out like an expanding pool of blood, despite the fact that more blood has not been supplied. And when the sun hits it, it shrinks but does not disappear. When the sun
Hey, you know what
does
sucks?
when the sun does hit it, it doesn't like immediately retract. It just slowly contracts in like some sort of tumor.
That is strange.
Bark,
And-
Bark, you got any more of that liquid sunlight?
What about holy water? Because like I have stave off corruption and corruption resistance, but it says you affects creatures.
Yes.
I guess you could, in theory, scrub the cart with holy water like you were cleaning it.
Yeah, except since we are also corrupted,
Which
we
is the
have
next
to
one I
be
was
very
gonna get to.
careful.
As light is cast across all of you, you notice that your various features have already advanced again.
Ah,
Um,
great.
Eh.
As Santiago looks you in the eyes flick as dawn breaks and the sun advances. He squints and then he looks you in the face and goes, "You know, I never noticed, but your eyes are deep enough to get lost in."
Oh, really?
Yes. Is that a new feature, or is that something particular to catfolk?
It kind of stops for a moment, and Andra's looking at a mirror.
You pull out a hand mirror and an odd new feature. Actually, let me just double check something real quick.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yes. Flick. Looking into the mirror,
Hmm.
the sclera of your eyes have turned pitch black, and your pupils are bright white.
Hmm.
And the way that they
What the fuck?
constrict, the way that your pupils constrict, looks like two white lines breaking two black voids. Your low light vision has doubled in size, and you now have a 60-foot to dark vision.
Huh. Well, if Flick looks on bewilderment as his eyes have changed completely.
And
As he's looking
it
at says,
actually
what
makes
in the fuck?
and it makes adjusting to the sunlight coming in actually a little bit painful.
Ah, fucking shit. Ah,
Uh,
who turned up the sun?
Are all my newish friends mutating around me right now, Rami?
Good point.
Yes.
Actually, Kanabos, here's a thing for you. So, I would generally assume that you can, Polari just kind of stays out keeping you company. Considering
Yeah.
he's been revealed. He's not just riding along in your head anymore.
Yeah.
So, Kanabos, for you, since this is early stages for you, as opposed to everybody else who's kind of reaching intermediary stages, for Kanabos, there is, as light breaks and the sun shines upon you and through Polari, it's a subtle thing, but you notice something of a sort of dark halo around Polari's head. Wasn't there before. And sort of like in the sort of old-fashioned Renaissance painting kind of halo, where it looks like a light shining against the back of his head. Sort of a light burst around, but it comes in the form of sort of a coruscating blackness. As Polari
Well,
looks you up and down,
Let's start
Says-
finish.
you're glowing.
I can say that much for you. I always knew you were the evil half. Chronomos would just say jokingly.
Polari will just shrug and say, "Well, if that's the case, then why are you still alive?"
You know, I ask that question every day.
Join me, brother. As you two try and make light of the situation. I'm gonna go down the list. The only person who hasn't seen any sort of appreciable change is actually Karya and Vair. Go figure. Though the
Hey,
change
no
on-
flame, no.
Hmm?
I was hey, no flame favorites.
Yep. Well, that's Vair. The most notable change on Vair is that he's looking very unsettled and very unhappy with the slowly appearing changes. Let's see. For Chaiko, your fox fur has gotten shaggier. The claws on your hands have extended. Your teeth feel sharper. And more so than before, the what do you call it? Static electricity that kind of is omnipresent on you at any given time only seems to generate quicker now, to the point where you now have natural claw attacks with that do 1d6 damage with an additional 1d4 electric.
God, that's cool, but also
You have wicked
Mm.
looking lightning claws now and a bite.
Oh no.
God, if I knew this wasn't what
Mhm.
if I knew corruption wasn't bad, man,
You will
this would be so cool.
That's the trade-off. is you
you're-
guys get free mutations and powers and abilities out of it, but also losing your souls, which previously, if this had advanced quicker, if Karya had like gone unconscious more, and he and Vair ended up exposing you guys to more of the deep, and Siren wasn't consistently hitting the party with suppression spells, this made it come out earlier and might have acted as more of a temptation. But now you guys are on your way to being purged. So unless you guys do an about face, yeah, this is about where the showcase probably ends.
Remember when I was gonna anoint the troglodytes in deep blood,
Yeah,
like they
and they
were
would have gotten
Grey
shit like this
Wardens?
too.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I don't think I ever
then-
talked. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't think I ever talked about that to the wider party.
No.
there was an idea.
No, no,
I
no.
remember that.
no,
It's
no,
been
no,
a
you
while,
have.
though.
No, you
You have.
have, but just more so looking back.
Yep. So they would have had it. They would have spread it to any of the newborn troglodytes in the future generations. They would have then spread that out in the warrens that they dug, which would have then spread out into the dark and the tunnels underneath the town. Would have gone into the soil, into the plants. People in the town would have eaten the plants. If you had gone through with that, Karya, Strasbourg's future would look very different.
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah.
made Chernobyl. Anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately,
The frozen
the deep
north
curse
would have
cannot
turned
be
into
tamed.
the Shadowlands. Potentially. Maybe. It wouldn't have been exactly that easy, because it's never quite that easy. The deep would have already overtaken the world if it was that easy for it to spread. But not to say that it wouldn't have had some very far-reaching effects.
Aerodime would have probably burnt it all down by now as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
they would've-
Aerodine
they would have tried to find a
actively
way, for
burnt
sure.
it.
And they would have probably had cause. Like, they would have actually had justification to do so. And isn't
That's
that
like
just
the-
a kick? Wouldn't that just be a kick in the head? Proving Aerodine
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, I guess the Heavens Field timeline of Simple Path. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's continue.
Here,
so we
here
can
lies
get rid
alternate
of this.
universe Karya. Aerodine was right.
Aerodine was right.
Listen, I've got a feeling that these new eyes are probably some kind of helpful. I'd say that because the sun's brighter and the shadows are lighter. But I don't want these damn eyes. Santiago, I appreciate you liking it, but we gotta get rid of this.
Is this
I don't know
Yes,
if I want this. I don't know if I
Oh,
want to
this is
live as a
this,
cave salamander.
This is this corruption you told me about.
Yeah.
Siren is
it.
in the corner.
yeah.
Just
Doesn't like this new look of you.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't
no.
do it.
Hi, Siren.
Siren
no.
is.
Santiago, I appreciate you uplifting this, but gods.
Siren, hi.
She's just casually in the corner. She took out a flask of water that she usually keeps on her,
Mhm.
for water,
Mhm.
and she's just gonna cast Bless Water on it.
There's an immediate
Uh,
golden gout
As
of
she's
fire that shoots
shifty-eyed.
out of the flask.
Oh!
You purified
is it
the
blessed?
you purified the deep taint that was in the water.
Yay!
As you now have purified and also boiled water to drink. It tastes like holiness, and it burns going down.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna use it on the cart later when we get out of the cart. I was gonna
see.
like splash it.
Well, Siren, seeing people start to examine themselves, you gonna have a look at yourself, or are you just gonna focus more on blessing things? Do you want
I'll look
to?
at myself.
I assume Flick starts passing the mirror around.
Yeah. He's like, look yourselves over. Make sure there's no strange growth where there shouldn't be.
We look at Siren. She has the face of like a snake now, but it's like an Arabian like sand
Funny
boa.
you
So
should
she's
say that.
She starts to look like a wanty.
Flick turns around, passes the mirror back to Siren, who's probably seated the closest to him. Siren, you take the hand mirror, you look yourself over. You see that the kind of like kind of scattershot scales that are like on your forehead, on your neck, have begun to creep in more. There are more of them, and they're darker. They're up your the ones they're the scales that are kind of going up your neck, kind of crowding in around that sigil that Orthos put on your throat.
Mhm.
They're darker. They're harder now. You get a +1 natural armor bonus.
Ooh.
And you now notice you have 2 snake fangs. You have a bite with poison.
Nice. But that's also not nice.
I like to think there's an alternate universe where we all keep like the deep powers. we just start slowly
There's an
becoming
alternate
evil.
timeline where there's a corrupted version of the party out there.
Yes.
Mhm.
That time when Kari went, I can totally master the deep curse, and now you have Stranglehold up in the north.
Mhm.
we all become evil.
That would be an interesting take on the evil party. Yes. Let's see.
Dread pirate flick. Or dread captain.
Goth Siren.
Actually, I know Flick would probably become some kind
Oh,
of
God.
Davy Jones.
There was a
That's true.
that would be cool, but also yes, I mean there is the high school AU that you guys came up with, and this is the version where Siren joins the evil goth group.
Yeah,
Um,
Siren's in like an occult group.
Oh yeah, she's in the supernatural club.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is it?
Actually, that just made me think of something really funny. For those not in the know who are watching right now, when this was originally, or for those who forget, when this was originally a 5e campaign, I originally wanted Flick to multi-class into Warlock.
Yep.
I
Was
can
it
remember
Fathomless?
that, yeah.
But with but with the idea that Flick could, with enough deep influence, become a Davy Jones person, he would probably become like a Warlock patron himself.
Yeah,
no.
potentially. Anything with, in this case, it would probably be a witch patron, because that's kind of the
Yeah.
equivalent in this. But yes.
Yeah.
Moving on to Vark. Where are you here?
I sure am.
Wonderful. So Vark, actually, 1 second.
I made my corruption fad. I don't get any goodies.
Yeah, that's totally what happens.
The corruption goes. There's nothing here left to destroy.
So, your corruption. Remember how it was kind of making you more shadowy?
Mhm.
You take the pocket mirror passed along by Siren. You inspect yourself, and you see nothing.
Huh.
What?
You have no reflection, and your shadow blending feature, when in dim and darker conditions, is now 75% mischance instead of 50.
Okay.
All right, Vark, you can
Oh.
just stay like that. We'll.
Vark is a vampire. He's a Varkpire.
Okay, we're gonna stop that too. All right, we're gonna put him in a hazmat. We're all gonna get cured. We're gonna put Vark in like a glass hazmat suit, and it'll be all
A
right.
glass
We're gonna put him
hazmat
in a
suit?
lead.
So hear me out, all right? If we
Put him
just
in a
cover
test
him in
tube?
mirrors. Yeah, we're gonna put him in a test tube. And we're
Oh yeah,
gonna-
the glass
Just,
nut
just
suit.
put tinfoil on
It
him.
shatters the
Yeah,
moment
we-
you try to move a limb.
That's fair.
All
Okay, so hear me
human
out.
bones
We
are
just
glass.
we cover his non-bendy joints with mirrors, so he's functionally invisible.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay,
I put him
so
in a- I put
question
him in a little
becomes.
chest. I put him
Okay, so my question then becomes, what do you do when you see a humanoid creature walking towards you that is grayish and or like mirrors aren't universal. They don't go both ways. You're gonna see something.
I just realized, is the rock is he corrupted? Is the fucking chest mimic
The Rock?
corrupt?
The fucking
Oh,
Dura.
oh,
wrestler?
Dura!
Dura.
No, yeah, no, our mimic friends.
What about
Oh.
your birds?
Hello.
They're not
They're
with us.
fine.
They're not with us.
Oh.
There's only one.
Oh,
Oh,
They-
that's right.
Ah.
They gave
To
me
be-
hello, hello.
To be fair, there's one. Because Hollow has the other one.
Actually,
Yes,
actually, no.
hello.
They sound like crows.
They sound like they've been smoking 6 packs a day.
Oh,
Hello.
well.
Has anyone here
Hello.
watched Doctor Who extensively?
A little bit, not extensively.
Doctor what?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Wadi, exactly.
Mhm.
Full deep corruption of Vark is just a washed on errata.
Dissolves into a swarm. And then he's not lonely anymore.
Oh,
He's got all the company he needs. He, himself, and him.
Indeed.
But yes. What was I thinking of? Yes. Lynn, are you here?
Yes.
Hello. You're last on the list.
Oh, goody.
Does Mallory inspect himself?
Sure, why not?
So Mallory, you notice a few striking features. For one, your 2 heterochromatic eyes are now more striking. The colors stand out more. Your horn has grown again. This time, it's actually longer than it's ever been, and it's serrated. You have a gore attack that causes bleeding.
oh my God.
Nice.
So yeah, you could rhino charge into somebody and rip their guts out if you wanted to.
Holy shit!
You all look terrible. We need to fix this.
And that's not the end of it.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
That's not.
If
That's not.
whose
That is
fault
not.
do you think
That is
that
not the
is?
end of it. The halo that is askew and tends to hover over Mallory's head is likewise also. It was likewise also changed. It courses through with veins of pulsing black. Kind of wobbles a little bit, and whenever you enable your halo ability, it has a bane effect, which causes everybody, all enemies, I want to say all enemies, caught within the light to take a -1 on their rolls. So,
That's pretty
yay.
good.
Yeah.
I don't have
now,
to cast Bane anymore.
let's see. Dura is currently, well, he hasn't opened up for a little bit. You guys haven't actually talked to him in a little. But given that some people voiced some worries, is somebody going to rouse Dara?
I will. Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
Dara, the boards like pop up. You see the usual googly eyes between the boards as they separate. The chest opens. There's what do you call it? The chest lid opens. His mouth. You see the usual rows of snaggle teeth, needle-like, horrific, but still very much like Dara. And then the top lid splits in half, and the front face of the chest, that would be the bit that would go underneath the lid, also splits in a cleft. As you see, for the first time, like the full inside of Dara fully exposed. And wow, that's a lot of inky tentacles and a lot of teeth and eyes and mouths, and wow.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's alright. I'm
And
just
then
gonna. And then she's just gonna close the lid again
Yeah,
and
good
lock
luck.
it.
As his mouth opens in a yawning gape, the mouth expanding to about the size of your average humanoid, as he just completely unfolds himself, giving everybody a nice view of his insides, before then slowly closing again as he finishes his yawn and goes, "Mm." Did anybody do any dentist work on me?
No, and I don't think any of us would ever try.
We're going to move double time now.
Flick just shakes his head and mutters to himself, "It's a nightmare."
About that.
Yeah, all this is cast in the harsh light of day. Speaking of which, one final note: everybody except for Kanabos gets the effects of the sunlight sensitivity disadvantage, which means a -1 on all rolls while in sunlight and bright light.
Are you kidding me? My whole thing is
Wait.
sunlight.
Wait a minute.
Wonderful.
Does that also apply to me since I didn't seem to
No.
progress any more negatively? I'm okay.
Yeah, Kari and Bayer are exempt from that. Actually, I should have mentioned that.
Oh,
There may be a reason for this.
That's it. That's it. I'm taking their deep corruption. They don't deserve it no more.
well, you see, if it was that easy, please.
Yes.
It'd be so much
Indeed.
easier to just give it to you and then kill you.
Yeah, in the harsh light of day, everybody except for Kanabos and Kari are semi-dazzled and blinded by the bright light, and it makes your skin feel hot and uncomfortable.
But I have daylight.
Yes, it's like there's
I
a
feel
conflict
itchy.
there.
I like the sun. Why does it hurt now?
That's what I was saying before. It's like somebody turned up the sun somehow.
I guess
number one.
we're more corrupted now. More sensitive.
I worship
Seems
the
like
goddess
it.
of the sun, the moon, and the stars. The sun included. Why?
It's at that point that when the skittish priestly inquisitor comes up along the back of the wagon, riding on his horse, looking. He kind of like dips his head down to look into the wagon. And goes, "I heard a bit of a commotion. Oh my!"
We're not doing good.
Fixing it.
That is the plan. Yes.
Yes.
I believe we should make some extra hustle. Yes.
Yes, I was going
please,
to say.
with all due haste.
Oh, why don't you
Yes.
join us in the cart? You're on
I
your
think
horse.
I am
Come on,
quite
come
all
on
right,
in.
ma'am. Your hospitality is quite.
That's
quite
all right. We're not
appreciated, but
rushing
no.
you.
I am going to be rushing us along. Please tell me you are aware of some secret passageways of which we are not supposed to speak.
We have some passages, yes, for when we need to get into the seat of the gods more discreetly. The seat itself is not exactly an open. It's open to the public in some regards, but we have passages for official use, for when we do not wish to gate a any public eyes on. Primarily, this is for the use of the clergy and sometimes the Pope. He has other more dedicated passages, but yes, we would not be the Inquisition if we did not have clandestine passages for when we need to smuggle people in and out.
That sounds
Use
rather
them.
strange.
Why do you say so? We are at the political beating heart of the city. Confidentiality and clandestine is unfortunately rather required.
Yes, that actually makes quite a bit of sense.
You-
Take us
you-
to the closest one, please.
You would be very surprised how many attempts on the Pope's life happen every day he is outside the seat.
Oh, I don't doubt safety for the Pope at all, but just the way you said it.
How so?
Smuggling people.
Well, yes, we smuggle people. It's a matter of fact. We get people in, not wanting them to be seen.
Sir and I often respect and care very deeply about your inputs, but please, can we not have this debate right now? You are growing tendrils.
Right, all right.
Well, she's not growing tendrils. She's growing more feathers and scales
Yes,
and
feathers
fangs.
and scales.
She's growing fond of tendrils.
I see.
Except for
Let's-
Jira, because double standards.
That's true.
Why don't the nice chess get any women? Ah.
God.
Why do they always
Just-
go after the
justice
big
for your,
beefy dragon guys? Nice guy Durant.
Now Durant's gonna put out an album.
He's gonna start wearing a fedora. Guy's gonna come back one day. There's gonna be just a fedora lying on top of the chest.
I will toss him in the ocean.
With blocks tied to him.
You
Yes.
step into the car.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Also, yeah, you brought up the bird, which I have been neglecting so many sessions. I have not been doing my usual due diligence of the hello bird, which you have actually had along. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, Chico has it hanging in a cage inside the wagon.
Yes.
Who brought up the bird?
I
Uh,
did.
Yes.
I see. Your days
Listen.
are numbered.
Listen, he's the beloved. He's
You
part of the
brought back
family.
Copal.
He's part of the family. Weirdly enough, you look up the hello bird, it looks completely unchanged.
Yeah, that's about
That's
right.
too stupid to be
That's-
corrupted.
It's too soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Rolling a second head. How?
And then it speaks.
I just
and
start
you see
saying
it has,
goodbye.
Then you see it has 3 tongues now. That's when it talks. It says hello in triplicate. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello,
Oh no.
hello, hello.
You know what? It wasn't there yet.
It starts
more deep
ululating.
corrupt it got. The more deep corrupted it got, the more intelligent it got. So it actually started being intelligent again, like the time Chico fucking.
Which is funny considering
No.
normally the inverse happens.
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
think, therefore I act.
I
We don't need that.
rise again.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
I am a monument to all your sins.
Chico,
Yes, you
I
are.
cast
I
power
you
away.
wish you were a god. You're going to. Because you wish you could retreat into your heavens, because you will do so in fear of what you created. Ah!
What is a man?
What has he got?
Two very
No,
different,
we're not
two very different kinds of people there. One person thought Castlevania, and another person thought Frank Sinatra.
If
wrong?
not
The
What's
record show.
What's
I
wrong?
took
Don't you like
the
this?
blow.
Yeah. Now you guys know that the hello bird doesn't need other members of its flock. It can 3-part harmonize with itself.
Oh, that's perfect.
Hello, hello, hello. It needs one more tongue. It needs one more tongue, and it can be a barbershop quartet.
Hello.
We
Good
should make
times.
haste before it grows a 4th tongue.
Yes, as I
No.
said, we are in the
Before-
we are
Before
doomed to move.
before it goes to Broadway.
We're
Which one
just
of us
gonna
actually like
Cha.
this thing?
Nobody.
Me.
Oh,
Why
Grim,
do we?
Oh, Psycho.
Grim, that's an excellent question.
No, it's not. I know what it is.
Grim
No, it's not.
asks, how many spells have been cast in the presence of the birds since their last appearance?
Well, it's a good thing that
Uh,
Grim doesn't decide what a
No.
bird can and can't learn.
Yeah, you're right. I do.
Good question. I say we've casted a grand total of 0 spells in front of it for no reason.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
'cause that was. I
Man,
mean, the only thing that it might have seen would be the healing spells during rest time.
the healing spells.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The what do you call it? The corruption suppression spells, the illusions, the mending and make whole spells, the occasional jolt spell from Chaiko zapping her allies.
No.
Let's see.
Sending.
Oh God.
Please let it not learn
No,
sending.
Oh,
Please, can I
yeah.
not please?
You know what? Yes. Yes, it
Yes.
learns
Long
sending,
distance
please.
hello.
Please.
Siren thinks to
Please.
herself.
Hello.
Siren thinks to herself. You know, my mother taught me how to butcher chickens.
Now, here's the
Touch
thing,
like a
though.
bird.
It's not. That isn't how it works because it's not a magical mimic. That's what the jellyfish are.
Oh.
What did you not
Yeah.
notice how it copied all of Chaiko's spells way back?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Yeah.
just kind of doing that.
Those jellyfish people. Fun fact: they're based off of an existing stat block. Their thing is, for limited times per day, they can copy any spells that are cast within 60 feet of them. Arcane spells.
Oh dear.
That's actually scary.
Yeah. In the original stat block, they're a kind of demon.
What the fuck? A
Oh.
demon?
Yes, but not in this world.
That's
I have
weird.
altered that.
I
Yes,
love.
their thing
I
is
love my
they're a
jellyfish.
nightmare for arcane casters because if you cast spells within 60 feet of them, they can then mimic them on their turn a certain amount of times per day. You see
I
how I
love my
repurposed the
jellyfish.
nightmarish to be wholesome. Are you not proud of your magical mimic daughters, Chaiko?
You know what? Now I am.
No, the
Should be.
Hollowbirds, as we've gone over before, their whole thing is true speech. So,
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know what that is.
Oh.
which means if they learn true speech, like if they learn the true speech words for any particular thing, they can do that. Instead, they just kind of mimic whatever they hear and occasionally, maybe sometimes, land on something. Thankfully, they mostly stick to hello, which doesn't seem to do anything. So, yeah. They were
it's
made
lovely
by
is
they were
what
made
it
by
does.
Vark's master as a attempt at a creature whose native language is true speech.
Doesn't
Unfor-
seem.
Yeah, unfortunately, the things were cursed with incredible stupidity and a steadfast need to mimic everything they hear.
Did you say blessed?
I said cursed.
I think you should have said blessed.
You guys are blessed by it. They're cursed because if they didn't have rock bottom intelligence, they probably would have taken over the world by now, or at the very least doomed it. So yes, a native
I
species,
say blessed.
a native species of dumbass bird that whose whole purpose is to speak true speech, but is so stupid that they can barely even grasp words at all. Yeah. Also, yes, I have delved into that on occasion, Grim, the Iron Kingdom's monster manual, which is full of all kinds of nasty gribblies. Yes. And they're 3.5 compatible, which means they're compatible with Pathfinder. No. So, the revelations being dealt out conversation, and now the three-tongued bird giving all the motivation necessary to put a pep in your guys' step, even though the horses are still not super happy. They're used to sleeping until they're rested and then trucking on. After the rather unsettling incident back in Bellafini, combined with now the nervous energy of the party and the fact that they mentally only slept for 2 hours, even if they physically feel rested, means that they are skittish and hard to get a hold of. Karia,
Can
can I
I-
get a handle animal from you?
I'll guidance him.
Okay. Oh no, you step away.
I hope not.
There you go. There you go.
Hello.
Yes, hi. The horses are not happy. They've been
Yeah,
through-
I was
they're-
gonna.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
they've been through quite a bit. They're not happy. Mentally, they only got 2 hours of sleep, even though physically it's as if they got 8. So physically, the rest mentally they're not doing great, and they're gonna need a handle animal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the first time I broke them in, I intimidated them. I doubt it'll work this time.
Before it was a matter of like one
You're gonna listen to me.
one intimidating dragon man and 2 weirdly intelligent giant horses.
25.
Through some gentle guidance and not brute forcing it, but like gentle nudging and soothing, and also kind of controlling your own, even though you yourself are a little bit nervous and a little bit maybe panicky, you try to keep that under control. That calm extends over to Vair, and you and Vair, calming down a bit, act as a barrier between the horses and the rest of the nervous energy in the back of the cart. And with that, the horses do calm down some, because intelligent as they are still operating off of your guys' emotional state. It does affect theirs. If you're nervous, they're nervous. And so with some gentle guidance, and by calming yourself and taking a few deep breaths, even if the situation is not good, it's still under control, and the horses get back on path. Continue moving. It wears on into the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now that is a new day, though. Siren, is there any sendings you'd like to send? Because I know you mentioned potentially wanting to do that.
Oh, I guess I could send one to. What is her? Actually, it's the fucking Cannabis's mom.
Yes.
Yes, is she in Gorgoline or part of the troop that is meant to rendezvous with us from Gorgoline?
You don't know. As far as you understand, she was going to send help. You don't know if that involves her coming.
You know what? Now I am going to send one to her to confirm, because it would be nice to rendezvous with them. And she would say, it's 25 words, right? So,
Mhm.
Hello. It's Siren again. Canopus and us are traveling to the seat of the gods. That's 15. Pausing midway between Labinia and Gogolane. I have 4 left.
Meet us there, smiley face.
Meet us there,
Colon 3.
girlfriend.
Girlfriend, that works.
Does she tell this to Kanabos?
No, she just sends it.
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna strangle Karia's wife. You don't
What's
fucking
it?
talk. You don't fucking talk to someone that way. You
Hi, girlfriend. Hi.
What's it called? I love the visual or the idea that the sending is happening in real time. So all those awkward pauses and like, okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
I
Yeah,
like
she's
to imagine.
counting it.
Meanwhile, Siren is
like to-
currently
I like to-
filing her nails.
Yeah.
I like to mention Kanabos' mom messages him and saying he has weird friends.
A minute later, you get back. Help is on the way. Should meet you soon, midway. That's 11.
After a little bit, you hear us slowly fading in from the distance to the poisson Steve.
Hey,
Le poisson.
poisson.
The
It's a fish.
intercepting party will provide support, magic, and martial. Take care. Slay. And then the message cuts off.
No, no, not the sleigh. No.
Oh, I
Slay your
like her.
enemies.
Kind of was. I like your mum. She's fun.
When Slay comes through, it's so incredibly dry, but there is a hint of smugness behind it.
That's good. She's with the program.
Kanabos, you then get a mental message.
Oh lord. Okay.
You've been meeting interesting women. Your friend
Is that-
has a strange taste for messaging etiquette. You're just like your father.
What is that supposed to mean?
Wear clean
I guess your
underwear.
dad finds himself
Miss 25.
in strange situations too. Sending
Mhm.
is the best
One
spell.
of us' head is immediately gonna like turn towards Syria and just say, "Now, what did you say to my mom?"
You send a return message? by
And
the way?
nothing.
She just says, "I have." Columbus will just send a message saying, "Thank you for the help," and what do you mean by that? And then
What do you
and
mean
then
by that?
immediately,
You get no return message.
figure.
Kind of was. I like your mum. She's fun. We're besties now. Anyways, would you like a cookie?
Columbus just immediately saying that you're besties with his mommy immediately kind of gags a little bit.
It's
Oh
the
god.
worst. Your friend
Ah.
your friend that is a girl is now friends with your mom. It's always a nightmare.
What's it called?
Because even if your
Um,
friendship ends, their friendship continues, and that is scary.
Yeah.
I know you said something weird to my mom. I'm just not going to question it. Also, yes, I'll take a cookie.
You take a cookie. It's macadamia. You eat it. Voice inside your head speaks. Why do you want to kill us?
Oh,
Well, that's ominous. Someone's probably getting murdered nearby.
What?
Wait,
Huh?
wait, do we all hear this?
Nope, just Kanabos.
no,
Oh.
You're muted, love.
It's concerning in more ways than one. I am going to continue on this trail, and we are not stopping.
Anybody else want a cookie?
I
No.
would like a cookie.
Okay.
I
Mallory
would
gets a
like
cookie.
Maybe.
Mallory
Oh,
Mallory
yes.
comes
Well-
over, reaching through the pockmark holes in the canvas, plucks a cookie out of the cookie bag. It's sugar glazed.
Ugh.
I
Do you
could
still
probably
eat
go
it?
for one. I okay. I just need them to get my mind off of those. Well, gob shite.
Yes. Mallory, do you still eat the cookie?
Yeah, sure. Let me just dump it into my Everclear.
oh,
Yeah,
no.
the Everclear, which is
Your
looking
Everclear, where
slight-
did you get that?
his ridiculous proof alcohol, which is also looking a little murkier, but you dip it in. You pop the small cookie in your mouth. You lost one already. Why are you trying to get rid of us too?
Okay, and now I'm in the end of the bottle.
The end of the book.
Real quick, since that was kind of, I would say, fairly worrying. Is there a way like I can go outside and go like to the highest point I can? Actually, I can send Flori up and he can just.
Wait, we're forgetting one. Flick also ate one.
Yeah,
Oh, Flick.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, he
yeah,
said he needed
yeah.
a distraction. Right, yes.
yeah.
These goddamn.
You,
Goddamn.
you take
cookies.
He's desperate.
It's,
Yes.
what do you call it? What's a good cookie? It's oatmeal and
Coconut.
raisin.
Yeah, I love those cookies.
Those are my favorite.
Flick, you pop the cookie in your mouth, you chew on it. It's a little awkward getting used to your new teeth, which again have lengthened. Right, no, yes, Flick, you now have a bite. As your extended fangs chomp through the cookie. They're more suited for flesh, not really for grinding up fibrous baked goods.
Give me a Smilodon
Uh,
or Machirodon.
Yeah, you pop the cookie in your mouth, you chew awkwardly, you swallow.
It's one of those days, ain't it?
Sister, you do it. She does it to you, do it to us.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you all please stop eating the cookies? We've all established what they do.
I stuff one in Karya's
Delicious?
mouth.
Listen, the cookies
No,
taste wrong.
I'm gonna grab a cookie and throw one in the Karya's mouth.
That is so 2 of them because Siren also.
Wait,
stuffed
I
one in
also
my
did
mouth.
that. Oh no.
Oh, she did. Okay. Yeah, Siren reached in, pops one in Karya's mouth. Karya, you taste a hint of pistachio before the voice hits. You barely even get to look at the cookie before it's in your mouth and down your gullet.
Uh-huh.
The anticipation.
It's hard.
Did I die? What do you mean by
Cookie
that?
was flying into his mouth again.
Yeah.
And then as his
He'll
mouth
turn around
is
and go
hanging
back.
kind of agape, there's another one that hits the back of his throat. You taste coconut. There's a moment of coconut as it just grazes over the top of your tongue, going into your mouth. There's a moment where like it hits the back of your throat. It almost goes down the wrong pipe. You're halfway choking, and then the voice comes again. We want the same thing you do. So why are you trying to kill us?
Oh. Okay. We're triple timing it. Oh.
Please.
And please, and I can't believe I'm the one saying this, stop eating the damn cookie.
And then we throw.
Man, I feel so vindicated right now. I feel so.
I know. It's like of all people, Chaiko has to feel so vindicated.
Yo, this feels great.
I'm just gonna tie off the bag and put it away.
Give me the bag.
What bag?
We're not doing this again. The cookies.
We're going. Encourage a double
Oh,
time.
the horses have officially been pushed into forced march. This is gonna piss them off a little bit, but with your animal handling, you're able to at least get them to get going. They, on some level, understand that if they hurry, whatever it is that is causing all of this will end sooner.
Yes.
Also, real quick,
Thank
did
you,
I heal
horses.
the strength damage I got from last
Yes,
combat?
yes, you did.
Okay, good.
But yes,
Also, I will say with
go ahead.
this little quick chime in, I will say with all these voices and heads, messages going on and about, I have a very funny idea that I want to try at some point. That's for later, though. I just wanna,
Mhm. Okay.
I just want to put that out there.
Chaiko has ideas. This always ends well.
see.
Actually, I say that, but a lot of Chaiko's ideas have ended quite well. just occasionally devolves into mad science, like the time she had a child.
That's true.
Slow pan to the camera.
Chaco's a MILF. Mother is like Fox.
We're gonna continue now. and we're not gonna draw any attention to that.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. As the horses begin to rush down the
Oh.
road. Hmm? Is that Mallory? What's up,
I
Mallory?
dropped my phone. Carry on.
Disaster. The wagon continues. It is now about late afternoon, early evening. The horses do at a certain point begin to tire. This is not their normal climate. They're normally suited for colder climes, so this does tire them out quicker. And because they're so big, they do produce a lot more heat. So that you need to slow down and cool off on occasion. Thankfully, the papacy, especially this close to the Sea of the Gods, is a land full of rivers, with many a bridge and many a glen and dale, which means you can stop for the horses to drink and cool off without too much issue. It does mean occasional breaks, especially with how the sun is beating down.
Let me hold on. Let me see something real quick.
Mhm.
We're in colder climate, you said, yeah?
We're in a warmer climate.
Oh, warmer. My bad. They're used to colder. That's what you meant to say.
We're here in
My
a
bad.
temperate climate. They're used to older. They're mammoth horses, so they're used to. They're shaggy. They're big. They're muscular, and they're used to colder climes. So yes, and it is as you stop beside a larger river bridge crossing. This one is actually one of the bigger rivers that cuts through. This river, you notice, snakes its way back towards the seat of the gods. It's presumably the mountain is the source of it. And as the horses stop to drink for a bit, there's a large stone bridge that arches over the wide river, with a toll booth on it, along with some toll officers, and what is at least a few trade carts that are stopped there. There is traffic on this road. It is a large open road, and it is the middle of the day now. There are merchants getting their papers checked. There is inspections of the cart. And it is, while the horses are stopping to cool off, and the breaks are having to be a little bit longer and longer as you stop each time, you notice a larger entourage has stopped on the other side of the bridge, and by the time the horses are ready to get hitched up again, they have managed to cross. And Canabos recognizes the colors and the flag they're flying off of one of their wagons. Carriages, I should say.
Oh, yes. Family. Well, that's a touch with soul eyes.
Is that them?
Seems to be so.
Should we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carlos
What?
is actually already. Carlos is actually kind of already walking up to that caravan.
Okay. It is 2 carriages, from what you can see. Wagons. Yeah. Carts. There's a distinction between the 3, but I mix them up all the time. Carts. There's 2 carts en route. They're slowly coming off the bridge. They're stopping. They're checking things over as when you come over. Hailing them. What exactly do you say? How do you greet them? You see this?
Well, before
what
because this is like kind of very tense times, and you never know what the fuck Aerodyne's doing. I am going to like kind of look at their stuff just to see if there's anything off.
Perception check.
Yeah. 39, not 19. Holy
Very
shit.
nice.
Okay.
So with a 39, you give them a glance over, a careful, considering glance. You check their colors, you check their livery, you check the weapons at their side to make sure that they're fitting to Gorgolane, as opposed to something that might be bastardized from the Aerodyne armory.
Mhm.
You check their features, see if you recognize any of them. A couple of them you recognize as being a couple of the guards that were in contract to your family. A few others, which you assume might be mercenaries. One of the carts is what do you call it? Is headed by the driver there is looks to be a youngish woman with flaxen hair in simple brown robes. You got a couple of armored individuals of varying age and gender. You've got what do you call it? You got a couple. You got a couple of halflings. You've got what looks to be a half orc man in the back cart who is over with a monocle inspecting some ledger or clipboard of his, apparently making sure that all the supplies are there, everything is accounted for. And as you come up and you greet, you look them over, it seems to you that you're fairly sure. In fact, you're actually very sure. Especially given the situation, Aerodyne would have had no idea that these guys were inbound. On top of the fact that these guys look like they check out, you're pretty sure this isn't some new form of ambush.
Mhm.
So we've lost Vera.
I take it
Oh, no.
he took the EP path.
No, he hasn't.
No, I don't think so. I think he actually straight up disconnected. He probably had power issues or whatnot. Is it storming over there in Germanoland?
It was storming earlier today here. Maybe that storm got all the way
I
over
don't
there. But
hear a storm on my side of things.
Could have also been his shadow.
Oh, that's
That could've
true.
been
Shadow
Shadow- it could've been
progressed
Shadow
too. Either
Crushed,
way, no, he didn't go into the short people palace, also originally known as Vera's happy place.
Also originally known as Sleepy Time Junction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to wait for Vera, I can fill the void with my funny and hilarious ideas that I've gotten from this session.
No, that's
Oh.
okay. We don't have to necessarily wait for Vera on this one. Kanabos is currently the lead of this scene.
Mhm.
Aw, but I wanted to hear her story, her idea.
Then do it
We
in
can do that
send
later.
me. Let's
There
hear
will
this.
be a
I want
time
to see. I want to meet. I want to meet Cannibals' mom.
Okay.
We'll go.
Me too, actually.
Right. Kanabos, how do you greet these what you assume to be trustworthy individuals?
Columbus will go up and say something around the lines in Linquity of hail kinsman.
It is the half orc who turns away from his ledger to look at you and goes, "Ah, young master. Your mother sends her regards. I hope you're all keeping well and good." He looks over to he looks in the direction you came from to what is presumably your cart. Gives it an askance look, then back to you, and says, "You are keeping well, yeah?"
Looking back at the cart, is it just very obviously deep corrupted now or something like that?
No, not immediately. Obviously, it would take getting a little closer and some scrutiny to see that things are off. But there's not black creeping across the outside. If saved by nothing, if not the fact that is where direct sunlight is hitting.
Mm-hmm. And then more of a hush tone. We could be better. We got ambush on the way here, but that entourage has been taken care of.
That is concerning. All right then. All right then. if there's been one ambush, then it's quite possible there'll be a second. And we'll make sure the men are informed of that. What are you exactly expecting? We were told potentially Inquisition.
Yes.
Am I?
Two ascetics. One of them, not one. How many of them were using firearms?
Two.
Two with firearms, and the rest with other conventional weaponry and poison.
Oh, they brought out guns against you. That's concerning. That means they're pulling out some of the stops, aren't they?
Indeed.
Well, not sure if any of us are built for being able to handle a bunch of inquisitorial agents, but yeah. We can at least give you a bit of an escort. Not exactly how much we're going to be able to help, but we came all the same. Oh,
Any help is much appreciated.
we'll do what we can. Right, okay. Right, okay. For a blooded course, I would recommend we turn your cart around. We go back down the road a couple of miles. We get to one of the branching roads. The Pilgrim Way. They will have a Pilgrim Way that goes direct to the Seat of the Gods. We won't be able to go past a certain point. Hopefully, whoever these people following you are won't go past that point themselves either, or won't be able to. Worst case scenario, we stand guard for a day, and then yeah, we meet you when you come back out.
I'm actually gonna look over to it was the Inquisitor man that's been traveling with us on horseback, yeah?
Yes, two actually. As a matter of fact. One of them is just more vocal.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of hail down the vocal one and get his opinion on the idea on how to travel.
When you motion to him, he comes walking over and says, "Hello, good day to you. Citizen." As the half orc will look at him. He's getting some eyes from the other members of the caravan. Say, I am the papal escort to your young charge here. Quit himself quite well during the altercation at the port. You are the backup that was mentioned before, yes? And he goes, yeah, that's us. You're, how should I... You can address me as father. Okay. Well, then, father, nice to make your acquaintance. The fact that I've even met you is a problem, isn't it? Oh, very much so. Alright, okay then.
Just looking back and forth.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to before the idea. We switch back, go back a couple miles. There should be a road that goes straight to the Seat of the Gods. You all made an impressive time, so hopefully whoever's coming after you is a good bit behind you. The loss of distance shouldn't be too much of an issue. Go all the way to the limits of the Seat of the Gods, and then I assume we can go no further. You assume correctly. Right. Okay. At which point, the priestly inquisitor kind of strokes his chin, fumbles at a thin mustache before saying, "This plan is acceptable. We could keep going for a few more miles, put more distance between us. We would be able to go through one of the side entrances of the seat of the into the heart of the seat. That way, it would mean more distance. But no, this would be quicker. Right now, time is most certainly of the essence. So I suppose we get ourselves turned around right now. At which point he will then tip his wide brim hat to the half orc and then turn around and stride back to the wagon. At which point, the rest of the party, as you all are stopped, and Ascaria and others are beginning to hitch the horses back onto the wagon, he says, All right, we've made contact with our reinforcements. We need to turn around, and we'll find our way to a road that will get us right into the heart of things.
Right.
At which point he will saddle himself up onto his horse, and will wait. The other Inquisitor will drop alongside him, again taciturn as usual. The both of them waiting for the party to get moving. Yes, the half-orc turns to you,
We shall.
Canamus, and says, "You picked up some interesting company."
Very interesting. I don't recommend getting close to that cart, or at least not for a prolonged period of time. And he points to the cart he's staying at.
Is there a reason? Sorry, is there a reason? Yeah, voices.
One member has a particularly bad case of what's a very common disease that's very contagious but not really deadly.
Cholera.
Herpes.
Something that's probably more communicable and a reason to just keep a distance.
Yeah,
I'd probably say something like, actually,
Chickenpox?
I have a whole list. Of
Cholera.
I have a whole list of diseases.
Cholera.
here.
I'd probably say yeah, chickenpox.
Cholera. Wait, what
Leprosy.
is
Cholera, man.
he has typhoid. He has-
typhoid? Cholera is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're a
He's
plague
currently
wagon.
shitting his brains out.
We have ligma.
Dysentery.
He's,
Oh, that's why it smells like
he
shit.
drank bad water.
That's why
That's
it's
why it
still dead.
smells
There you
like
go.
No,
See?
uh,
I got you.
a one that would be applicable to this would be something like beggar's pox.
Beggar's pox.
We're just funny because Flick looks like a beggar in his disguise.
Alternatively, tuberculosis, but I don't think you necessarily want to put that forward. 'cause that
Yeah,
is
no,
terminal.
Yeah.
yeah, no. Did you say beggar's pox or
Beggar's
becker's
pox.
pox? Beggar pox. Yeah, and he says that as he kind of points to the. Is Flick in his disguise?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you know, that's what I was literally saying. Flick is disguised as a beggar right now because of the sackcloth.
That fellow over there.
That's concerning. That does raise some questions, but it doesn't exactly seem like a good idea to be asking those with that one around there.
I do hope my presence is not an inconvenience.
It does make me wonder if the rest of you aren't infected with it.
I can assure you, I'm pretty well off.
Gonna look at you and then there's a look of just disbelief on his face, like he doesn't buy it. He does not buy it, but he knows that he's supposed to, and so he's
being
gonna
supportive.
he's gonna screw up his face. He's gonna open his mouth as if to issue a protest, and then shuts it, as there is just a sort of an implicit understanding of there are reasons for this. Even if it smells like bullshit, there's something else in the background that's more important. This isn't the time to be correct. So, shuts his mouth, he nods and says, "And you best return to your leper caravan. We don't want the risk spread."
Of course, of course.
We'll keep our distance at the back. We'll have one cart in the front. We'll have one cart in the back. We'll give you what is hopefully an effective escort, and we'll hope that nothing happens.
Mhm.
Now then, Godspeed. Let's get underway.
Almost would then walk back, but not before saying bye to the halflings and Yindi.
They'll
Just
give
as
you
he-
a jaunty little and what do you call it? They'll give you a return in Yindi, which as a goodbye. The indie phrase for it translates loosely to "fast feet to you."
Love them. Anyways, but yeah, walking back. All right, we're set.
Then we should move. I see no reason to linger and threaten them as well.
All right. As the caravan
Also, the
gets
Hackworkman, what was his occupation in particular again?
quartermaster, and what seems to be
Quartermaster?
he was looking over the ledger and the supplies. What it looks like.
Okay. My family's quartermaster puts up quotes, finger quotes. Thinks we have leprosy or something of that line.
Yeah, you did tell him beggar's pox. So
But yeah, beggar's pox. Yeah, thinks we have beggar's pox. So
Uh,
they shouldn't be getting anywhere near us.
Could you have picked
Well-
something that wouldn't have affected the face?
he says with his growth coming out of his face.
Looks at Horn.
I don't want to hear it.
Listen, I anything to get people away from him. Points to just kind of waves towards.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Therefore, I cannot argue this. I agree. We need to get these people away from me.
At this point, I think we need to get people away from all of us.
Yes, at this point,
Point
it's
is
already too late.
they know they're not stick near, and I can tell you this: they aren't the most equipped to deal with this issue, but we have numbers now.
Numbers. Okay.
With the numbers aside, are they following us or are they going to remain here?
They'll follow us until we hit until we get to the throne of the gods, or
When you guys get to the outer limits of the territory of the Seat of the Gods, yes.
they
Because
will.
they cannot go past that point without either being a member of the proper clerical or member of the proper clergy, or with an invitation.
I will repeat that to them. Just essentially,
Sure.
they can't go beyond a certain border.
Well, it is better than nothing. If Eridine was to trespass there, it would very much guarantee war. And I don't know how desperate they are
I
to
have a
stomp us out.
feeling they don't really care at that much anymore, but we'll see. We're making good time regardless.
And I would like to continue doing so. I would like to rid myself of this.
Anyways, we're turning around.
Yep. You get moving again. 1 second.
Is this like not really essentially a beaten path, or not a beaten path?
It's a paved
Are
road.
we going off the beaten path? Yeah. Or it's another paved road. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are switching
thought we were
back,
going-
going back a couple miles, and then taking a
a proper route.
what do you call it? An intersection basically to head directly towards the sea.
And as we're back on the road, actually getting closer, Siren would, in a brief moment of introspection, say, "Do you know, Karia, what you said back there at the ship? I'll have none of it. I'll have none of you sacrificing yourself. We're going to get rid of this thing that's tainted us together, so that we don't infect each other and we don't harm others. And it's going to work. And I can say that in all the time I've been traveling with you all, I wouldn't have done it with anyone else. And I hope that you all get to meet my family one day. I think my daughter would love you."
What daughter? What?
Yeah, wait, yeah, Columbus's head just slowly moved.
The
looks over
reveal
there.
finally happens.
Oh,
My
Everybody just kind
daughter,
of slowly kind of turns.
Cecilia. I've told you all before, haven't I?
No.
The family that went missing, my village, it's gone. Then I'm looking for it. It's inside
Vire,
of a
we know
snowball?
about.
Vire turns to you and says, "You only mentioned your mother before. Your dad."
Or what do you think I meant by family? Just my parents?
Yes.
Mother?
Something like that, like cousins, maybe.
I am
Siblings?
a woman. Well, oh no, I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. I am a woman. I have history and I have offspring. Or one.
I'm looking
for
up.
now.
Columbus is looking over to Polari and he's like, "Don't you dare think."
It's
so."
just he's shaking his head, he's shrugging, he's going, "Not for me, man. I'm not going through the giant dragon guy."
I'm not going to the giant dragon guy.
So,
I'm not one who's against like going past a goalie on occasion, but that man is a brick wall, not a goalie.
So I see.
Exactly. Good. We're on the
see.
same page.
I seem to have failed in properly explaining. Then I was under the assumption that everybody knew. But yeah,
Siren, how did you go 2 years without mentioning that you had a daughter?
I just, I don't know. I think I got confused. I thought it was mentioned already. I thought it was clear, but if it wasn't, that's my fault. I'm sorry. But yes, her name is Cecilia, and she was 6 when they all disappeared. So she's probably 8 right now. If time in that snow globe moves as it does outside of it. So Chaiko, when I mentioned all of those comments about you being a mom and you having jellyfish daughters, it wasn't to make fun of you. It was, in a way, kind of, I guess, reminiscing?
Who's the
Coping?
father?
He's long gone. He's not around. He left. I don't really want to talk about him. He's not worth mentioning.
I won't pry.
He's just some schmuck. Don't worry.
Huh.
Glad you found yourself a better man, looks to Karya again.
I don't know if I'm particularly an upgrade. I am cursed at my very soul.
Take the
with a
compliments,
deep-
Jude Draconi.
Well, if you're going to be with me, I hope you take responsibility.
Yes.
Polari, get
Also-
the door.
Yeah, actually,
I'm just
Calm
gonna
down.
I'm gonna say this, Carrie. You might want to listen to it.
Yeah.
So, is she
What-
it's at that point actually Polari just kind of like he looks at, he actually
You'll
for-
definitely
for-
want to
for
listen
once
to it.
he actually looks thoughtful about what he's about to say. Like he might actually consider his words for a moment. He looks between Karya and then to Siren. Because it says, no, it's not proper normally considering, but you did mention before you were over 100 years old?
Me?
Yes.
No, I think. Let me check her character sheet actually, because I wrote this down.
Oh, right. No, yeah, you mentioned. Right, because that's the whole elf, the elf blood thing.
Yeah, because sylphs. Let me see. From what I remember, on the PFSRD, sylphs reach adulthood at age 60,
Yes.
and Siren was 66 at the start of the campaign. So if it's been 2 years, she's now 68.
Mhm.
And if she was at the start of the campaign 66, and at the start of the campaign her daughter was 6, so she basically like had her
Basically-
just as she came of age.
So she was effectively like having a child at 18.
18, yeah.
Because I'm not sure, because you strike me as like an elf, but there's differences there. You don't seem to age the same way they do.
Yes, well, I'm not an elf proper. That's what my mother is.
Right? Yeah.
I'm a sylph.
Yeah.
They're like, because my dad's a bit weird. He's a sky
Gasback.
serpent. So, yes, a wind spirit. So I'm the
Right,
result
okay.
of the offspring of a wind spirit and an elf. We're
So-
like elves, but we're a little bit more free spirited, a little bit more fun.
So your father did the blowing, not your mother.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
gonna then slap the shit out of
He like floats just
What was
underneath
said?
the
I didn't quite catch that.
He floats just underneath the backhand, As he then says,
Oh.
but what I was going to say originally is that with this new revelation now, it
Get it
doesn't
back
seem
in my head.
doesn't have the same quite amount of bite. But you're kind of robbing him out of the cradle as he just kind of slips back into
You're
Kanabos' head.
kind of robbing him out of the cradle.
Because remember, Kari is like
But-
what, 22 at this point.
25.
25,
Wait,
okay.
well, no, 24 now. Because
24.
he started when he was 24, 25. You're
What?
judging about that.
Mm.
Looks like
You
about the
can come
same
back-
age as me. He's like almost 30.
You can come back out when you know what to say.
You can come back out when you've proven yourself.
Look, man, if she's off, if this is entirely in Kanabos' head. Look, man, if she's off limits, I don't have to worry about what I say to her. It's actually kind of refreshing.
Looks actually going to turn to Siren and ask. So wait, how old would you say you are? If your child was what 8, or would be 8 now?
Well, yeah, now I would be 68.
Shut, you're about the age my father was before he passed.
Oh,
Sort of.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Flick. May he rest in peace.
Well, no. I'm just saying it kind of puts it into perspective, I suppose.
I guess so. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
wasn't
we
your-
age
wasn't-
differently from humans. So a human at 68 would be like a really old person. I don't feel particularly old.
How old is everybody?
Oh, how old are you?
I'm
You know, it's not very nice to ask someone their age.
I believe we're about the same age, Mallory.
you're 25.
Now, it's been 2 years since we've been traveling.
Oh
At least I
shit, that
think.
means I'm 27.
Actually, wait. Yeah, that would make Flick 30.
Actually, wait,
Wow.
now I'm looking here because I can't remember what I wrote because I think I'm actually closer. Ah, no, I'm 20. Kari is 26 because he started at 24 and I haven't touched it.
Okay.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, then
Oh.
Mallory's 27.
I feel like the
I
I
don't
feel like
remember
the
how
baby
old
here.
Chico is. I think I had Chico at like 24, 23 when he started.
Still probably about the same age as Kari or around there.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Me and Polari are 100% the babies here. Okay.
Wait, how old are you, Cannibals?
How old are you?
Well, when all of you got together, I was 19 years old.
Oh, so now
Oh.
you'd be 21?
No, we don't baby
20?
boy.
Little kind of boy.
No baby.
Oh, little baby. Just a
Tiny
little
baby.
baby.
Actually,
I
wait.
wanna-
How old would Vark be?
It's a good
That's
question.
a great question for a Vark who is
Yes.
probably still disconnected, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
If
still
he
got
were
no
here, he
internet.
would say yes.
Very old. I don't know. Which, to be fair, same. Kari is just guessing that he's 27, 26 or 27.
Guesstimating.
He doesn't know.
I will. Yeah, Flick is definitely around 30 at least.
Me and Polari are extra weird though, so we're like 10 years older, isn't that right, Polari?
Wait, what?
He says in your head.
That's not how it works. I know. Just let me have it.
Yes, we're young souls.
Yes, we're young souls. We're confusing.
All of us are. But that's besides the point. Anyway.
Also, listed in Vark's document is age 5.
That's fair.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. I guess he would be the baby.
And then there's a question of how long he was alive in the Shadow Realm. Consider that
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, if we're considering life on the material plane, then the 2 oldest members of the party are Siren and Flick.
Yeah, track.
Yeah.
I can't believe the cat's freaking 30.
And he's still more spry than most of you. So yeah, time carries on.
And Polari's out again because he got out of timeout.
Gets out of baby jail. The jail is the baby. As you switch roads, and then make your way directly towards the massive mountain that has been sticking up out of the horizon for your whole trip through the papacy. It really cannot be overstated how vibrant the countryside looks. You pass by and through towns. The majority of the nature here is rolling green plains, clumps of tight forest, flowery meadows, hilly sides, and many, many rivers as fresh then brackish water run through the countryside of the papacy. And as you get closer to the seat of the gods, the mountains get taller. The sun seems to shine just a bit brighter. The clouds get clearer. And life here is just a bit more verdant and a bit more plentiful. There's a noticeable increase in the amount of rabbits in the fields, the amount of birds flocking and flying around. The grass here grows very tall. Long fields of wild grass waving in the breeze. As your mammoth horses calm somewhat coming through here. To all of you who are deep afflicted, including Karia, there's a feeling of pressure and weight and heat on your skin as you are pushed down on by this ambient feeling. You're not sure exactly how to attribute it, though I believe Siren and Mallory might be the best suited for doing so. This feels like a saturation of divine presence and faith.
Oh,
I can hear the hymns from here.
Yeah, it's just in the air.
This truly is the seat of the gods. You can feel their presence.
This is
Yes, it
just you
reminds
guys
me
getting to
strangely
the.
of home.
This is just you guys starting to approach the mountain too. You get closer. This feeling increases. That weight slowly increases. That kind of what in some situations might feel kind of like those stories people tell where they're at a church and they feel a hand on their shoulder pushing down in a reassuring way. Now feels like two hands on both shoulders. Someone pushing downwards onto your shoulders as if to keep you down and to weigh you down. They
Just like my father.
Yes, the uncomfortable reminder for Mallory. This all-encompassing, what feels almost like a heat haze at a certain point. Not quite like passing through a desert, but through perhaps on an especially warm, muggy day. And it gets more intense as time goes. While you are here within the limits of the seat of the gods, here in the heart of the papacy, your sunlight sensitivity penalty is doubled. This
That is unfortunate.
oppressive feeling, this warmth that borders on something that, if this was physical instead of spiritual, might border on threatening heat exhaustion. Feels bearable, but omnipresent. And it only gets more intense. At a certain point, verdant countryside gives way to great constructions. A large stone wall that surrounds much of the outer perimeter here. You see many guards, and Siren, you in particular the faith is so thick here in the air that you swear you see things moving through the air that weren't there before.
Huh.
It's not flitting back and forth. It's not like birds flying back or insects. But above the walls, high above, in the clouds above the mountain. And you swear, at one point out of the peripherals of your eye, you see what looked like the ghost of fingers on your shoulder. But when you turn your head to look, they're not there.
Oh.
It is at this point, when you reach the walls... One second, I must wipe my glasses clean. It is here, once you start to reach the wall, the two Inquisitors in question begin to dismount. They look to you, to all of you, and they say, "This is the point of no return. Once you move past these walls, there is no going back." Do we understand this?
Meaning that we're trapped here forever?
No.
Once you enter, you will be in the heart of our control. I will make no lies about this. If you go in, and you have second thoughts about the ritual, we will not allow you to leave until either you are purged, or the unfortunate second option must be chosen. There is no taking back in this. If we allow you into the heart of our sanctum, we are allowing antithesis, anathema, into our hallowed halls. This must be purged, else, if it goes out of control, or is allowed to walk through the halls unchecked, we cannot allow this. There's only so far the Inquisition's clandestine allowances will be stretched. If you enter, you must go through the ceremony, or we must continue. I do hope that it does not come to that.
Well, either way, either it is purged, but if it is not, it will progress to the point where we become a danger to others. And I don't think that's a good way to live. So, worst case scenario, death is perhaps merciful in that sense.
Please speak for yourself. I do not want to die.
Well, do you want to become some monstrous thing?
None of us are becoming monsters, and none of us are going to die. I think that's a pretty good way to look at it.
I pray that it is not
Yes,
reached
I
that
agree.
point, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, might not be perfect, but I'd rather them be the way they were before than this. He just points to the two like marbles for eyes that he has.
Yes, the cat's
But it'll all
eyes.
be okay. It'll be alright. We'll live and get through this.
I have faith that you will.
I do too.
Very well then. If you are in agreement, I needed to ask this. Because you can turn around, but if you do, we cannot protect you from the Inquisition any further. And that we ask you never return to this continent again. But it seems that is not necessary. Thank you for coming this far. You are doing yourselves and the wider world a great service. Very well then. He will pull down the neck of his robes, produce what looks to be some sort of insignia on a chain, pull it off, and then doff his wide brim hat. Past these walls, I am once more in my full capacity as an Inquisitor. Things need not be quite so secretive, but we will be going through a back route as requested, and as I think is the wisest option. We should not be stopped, we should not be questioned. We must transition to the heart of the sanctum as quickly as possible. All preparations have already been made. Once we are in, which will take some time, it will require some ascension. Once we arrive, the ceremony can commence immediately. As he will put his hat back on, turn his horse, and then lead you guys off the road. The Inquisitor leads you both. Leads you guys to another. It is reaching around nighttime at this point. You leave behind your escort at the wall. Actually, yes, you leave behind your escort at the wall. Take up station there. As the Inquisitor leads you down what looks to be just grassy plains or grassy fields. He reaches night, and this time most of you have to bed down and get some sleep. Unfortunately, Knapsack only works once per week.
Damn.
Okay, gotcha, June. Your horses struggle a bit, pulling the wagon through grassy terrain. In a warmer climate, it is getting difficult for them. Previously powerful and seemingly undaunted previously, now wear is starting to show. But they soldier on regardless. Till eventually you guys make camp in the middle of a grassy field, surrounded by tall golden stalks that waver in the night breeze. You bed down for the night. And for all of you, your dreams, no matter how short or how long, are dark. There's nothing really much that happens besides mostly seemingly being suspended in a black void, not falling, not moving, just quiet, dark, and alone, and trapped there for the duration of your sleep. Sorry, did you say something, Conwells?
Oh, no.
Okay, sorry, just like your normal move. Okay.
It probably caused some typing noises. I'm typing stuff in the background.
Gotcha. The nightmares break. The sun rises once more. There's no visible progression on any of you guys' corruption. But that may be attributed to the fact that you spent even the nighttime under that oppressive feeling. You didn't rest very well. But you did sleep. Morning comes. The sun rises again. It's blinding. It's too warm. And that pressure mounts once more with the rising sun. As you resume your movement. Through more grassy fields. You draw closer and closer to the mountain range in the middle of the continent. Your presumable target being the largest one in the very center, the one that pierces up into the sky. As you draw closer, you can see what was built into it here. You see what looks to be a citadel, or even a walled city built into the mountainside. You see what is massive ramps and steps and buildings, and a spiral all along the outside of the mountain that gets broader and flatter and more plentiful as it comes down the side of the mountain, as the mountain widens towards its base. It's not hard to see why they call it the Seat of the Gods. As it reaches up into the very sky itself, where it would seem a whole nation is built upon that mountain. A whole city-state. The beating heart of the papacy. And here you are. An express invitation. Come in and see the big man himself.
Would you look at that? He says, it's kind of staring up at this, like, spire of stone.
There's
Is it odd?
perpetual halo of clouds. The sun filters through, casting the whole mountain in gleaming rays of sunlight. Sorry, you were saying, Kari?
In a strange way, it reminds me of home. At least the home I came from. When I first left, it felt warm. Granted, it was in the middle of a, well, snowy hellscape, but the sun, I guess.
Hey, either way.
With the Inquisitor's guidance, you find yourself eventually at a part of the wall. There are seemingly no guards stationed on this section. And as he approaches, he has that emblem on a chain that he produces. He gets off the horse. He walks up to it. He turns around and he leans back against it. He looks around, seems to whisper something to himself. Closes his eyes, holds the emblem to his chest. then the wall begins to change. The emblem glows. The wall lights up. You swear you see it become almost rubbery for a moment. And then the air begins to waver. And for a second, you feel like you're in a mirage. You're surrounded by wobbling scenery. The wall lights up. There's a rising light that whether blinds you or forces you to cover your eyes. There's a momentary flash. And then when the light dies down and fades away, you're on the other side of the wall. And the Inquisitor still leaning up against it, now on the other side of it. All of you, including the wagon, have been transported to the other side, where before you were standing in a bit of a grassy field. Now you are on a shadier, more wooded section, where the copse of trees stood behind the wall. Pushes himself off the wall, goes back to his horse, mounts up. And that is nearly my duties fulfilled to all of you. My last task is to guide you into the sanctum.
Well then, there's nothing else we can do. Let's see it done.
Just a bit more now. The Ascension will test all of you. Probably no more than you've already been tested. Okay. So, the journey inward continues. Thankfully, it does not take the better part of the day. Instead, it takes a couple more hours of transit before you finally find yourselves close to the base of the mountain. When you arrive, you come up to what looks to be just a stone edifice. Featureless, unhewn, unremarkable. But he stops there, and that means clearly there is more to it. Again, he gets off, he approaches it. This time presses the emblem to it. And there's that wavy effect again, but this time it's the stone that changes into a doorway. Now, I regret to say, but you must leave behind everything.
Everything?
Weapons, armor, the wagon. No weapons may be taken into the heart of the sanctum. And your wagon will not fit, nor will it go up the stairs, not through the secret passage.
Clothing too, or
No. We have ascetics here within the seat of the gods, but not all of us take it that far.
oh, I suppose that is fair.
Good to know the nude old man at the top of the mountains was just a stereotype.
No, they're their own cloistered sect. Thankfully, they mostly keep to themselves. We don't speak to them very much, and thankfully, they don't find themselves at the very pinnacle very often. They like to keep to themselves. It's better that way. No. Yes, you must divest yourselves of all armatures. I promise you, you will not need them.
Hmm.
Oh, here goes nothing. And
No,
yeah, Flick will remove his armor, and his leather.
Hmm. They will be
Indeed.
They will be returned to you after the ceremony, if things go well. This will be this will be brought somewhere else to be sanctified. All of your equipment must also be cleaned, but it will go through a different process. We have very little issue with purging the deep out of physical, inanimate things, but when it comes to the living, it is a different matter. If you wish, you may take the chest and the bird with you. Thankfully, the horses seem unaffected.
Oh, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. It would only actually it would only hurt if we didn't. I will grab them.
You take, I assume, the big chest under your arm. You just grumble a bit in protest. Chaiko, you gonna grab your bird? He's muted.
Oh no.
He's unmuted. He's not saying anything.
Hmm.
Could be a mic issue.
Well, yeah, it could be a mic issue. Actually, yeah, weird.
Strange.
If you can hear us,
Hello?
Chaiko-
There he is.
there they are.
Okay, no, I was speaking. My mic, I don't know, must have been a Discord thing. Anyways,
Maybe.
yes, I bring my birds.
Okay, you bring your bird.
Bird.
Beard.
I don't own multiple. I own. Well, with how it sounds, some might think it's multiple.
I'm about to start eating them. Don't do that.
You sure you want to do that?
Hello.
Hello.
That's it. The headband's going on.
The most polite half dragon.
The headband's going on. Garcaria.
Sorry, did I say hello? I mean, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Hello.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Assuming all of you do, you divest yourselves of armor and weapons. You leave behind everything, basically except for the clothes on your back. And someone wants to try and get a holdout into the Vatican. I hear no confirmations, so I'll assume not.
I didn't. It cut out a little bit. We didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I assume all of you divest yourselves of armor and weapons, unless you want to bring a holdout into the Vatican.
No, Well, actually, wait. Do we also have to divest everything that's inside of the Ra? Because at that point, couldn't we just put them in him?
That's a good point.
I mean, if they're going to be purified anyways, I mean, we got a lot in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we could just put them
A
in.
lot
I
of
guess
it
we
which
could
might
put
be
him in
tainted.
Ra. Exactly. So, I mean, if they're going to purify him, I would assume the things in there also end up getting, some of the brunt of it.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? This
All
is
right,
unexplored
stuff in the
territory.
store. Yeah. Stuff. Let's go around. Just place your things. Just opening door.
No,
real quick.
Please do not do that. That is still bringing weapons within the vicinity.
I thought it was like a different. I truly do not know how these work. I apologize.
It's not a
Close.
matter of them getting purified. It is a matter of bringing weapons within sanctified ground. If you were to do
No,
that, you
I
could
meant-
presumably
I-
pull it back out and use them.
I suppose that is true. I thought it was a different dimension in that stomach of his.
It
I
is
don't
still-
know how it works.
It is
but
still
yes.
something it is still a place you can retrieve them from.
I see your point, Father. Oh, then. Spunk. Just
Out of
go on back.
character, I take it we're about to actually experience the ritual, yeah?
Soon, yes. You guys are
The reason I
now
bring this up is
at
because
the heart, and I'm going to enter the. Well, you guys are going to go into the sanctum first. You got to climb, but yes,
do we want Vera here for that?
I was going to say, we are currently down 2 party members, and because June is listening in but taking care of the baby. I was going to say potentially this might be a decent place to cut things off.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully next week
That's
we'll
fair.
have the whole complement here to go through that whole scene. Because it would be the utmost best if everybody was present there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the climax of a kind of a big arc here, so I feel like it'd
Yeah,
be
we
kind
could
of
probably do that.
Okay. Then with that taken into account, the big scene and any big narrative changes, reveals, everything that may come of that, shall wait for next week.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you guys very much for
Lovely.
being here. Thank you those who
No
watched,
problem.
those who stayed, those who didn't. You're all very wonderful. I appreciate all of you very much. Hopefully this new microphone hasn't been causing too many audio issues.
No, it didn't at all. No, it
did
cut out
mention
once, a grand total.
Damn, that's a big impression. That's a big improvement. Grim, thank you for sending us off with the self-care. Everybody, please take care of yourselves. Unshrimp your backs. Get a drink of water. Make sure you've eaten today, that you've taken your medication. It's a rough world out there. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Indeed.
So,
Bye,
yeah,
guys.
Thank you very much for session.
always a pleasure. So yes,
No.
see you guys later. Bye-bye.
See you next week.